Hello students, let's summarize the chapter The Expansion of British Power in India. While discussion about the expansion of British power in India, we learned about that the legendary wealth of India is responsible to attract the foreigners in India. Means that the traders from the different European nations came here for a slice of immense profit. Means the flourishing trade led to means competition between the European nations was started. Because of the competition, war and conflicts also responsible. Very firstly, the Portuguese formed those colony in India. After that, the English East India Company also formed those colony in 1598. Before that, the Portugalian Vasco da Gama also formed his colony in India in 1498. After that, French East India Company also formed those colonies in 1664. But with the help of the war and expansion policy, Britishers became a ruler of our nation. To establish those power very strongly, they very firstly wants to defeat the French Empire. That's why the first Karnataka war we discussed from 1744 to 1748. Then we discuss about the second war of Karnataka from 1749 to 1758. Then the third Karnataka war from 1756 to 1763. It means that all British had managed to overcome their European rivals. The credit of the East India Company's victory is generally given to the Robert Clive, because Robert Clive is a it means that he was a founder of, we can say, the British Empire in India. Then the conquest of Bengal we discussed. Means Alivardi Khan, the Nawab of Bengal, was able to stop the misuse of the, it means the dynasty to a large extent. But in 18th century, Bengal was one of the richest provinces in the Indian subcontinent with a well-developed trade and the commerce. In 1717, the Mughal Emperor Farrukh Shir gave the East India Company the privilege of importing and exporting goods from Bengal without paying any type of taxes. The company could issue dastak, means the passes, for its good to the exempt from the taxes. The company's servants were allowed to take a part in a private trade, but they were not exempt from the any paying taxes. But one more thing is that the conflict was started being between the Bengal Nawab as well as the with Britishers. It means that the firstly the Battle of Plassey in 1757. The date of Battle of Plassey is 23rd of June 1757. After that, means the Battle of Plassey marks the beginning of company's rule in India. We discussed. The Nawab became a mere puppet in the hands of the Britishers, and retain his position only as long as he enjoyed those power. Mir Jafar gave the English a huge war compensation. But one more thing is that after one particular period, the Mir Jafar was unable to paying a lot of taxes to the Britishers as well as the rewards to the Britishers. That's why the Battle of Buxar was there. And the date of Battle of Buxar is 22nd of October 1764. Means Mir Qasim now sought shelter with the Nawab of Nawaz Shuja-ud-Dawla. Means Nawab Mir Qasim from Bengal, Shuja-ud-Dawla, the Nawab of Awadh, and the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. Means Britishers defeated the three combined army at Buxar. And after the Battle of Buxar, Britishers became a supremo in all over the nation. After that, they did some administrative reformations from 1765 to 1772 to defeat the, if means Britishers want to expand those power in the southern part of India also, but the Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan says that our biggest enemies are the Britishers. उनका कहना था कि हम आपस में लड़कर कभी भी सॉर्ट आउट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन सबसे पहले हमें ब्रिटिशों को बाहर निकालना पड़ेगा. But in the final Anglo-Mysore War, Britishers took a help from Marathas and the Nizam. After that, Britishers I was on the Maratha. Means after successful deputation of Mysore and Marathas, Britishers I was on the Punjab, means Sikh. But Maharana Ranjit Singh was a very brave commander. After that Anglo-Mysore War we discuss. Then we discuss about the subsidiary alliance. Means what was the subsidiary alliance? In Marathi or Hindi we can say that Duheri Rajya Vyavastha means subsidiary alliance. Any Indian ruler accepting the subsidiary alliance had to keep a British force within his or her territory and had to pay the upkeep of the troops, means to the Britishers. If the rulers could not make a payment to maintain the forces, he or she would have to get territory to the Britishers. यानी ब्रिटिशों को यदि कोई तैनाती फौज रखता है तो ब्रिटिशों को उसका कंपेंसेशन वो पर्टिकुलर नेटिव किंग देता था. मीन्स द ब्रिटिश official called the resident was made to stay at the court of the rulers we discuss. Then we discuss about the Lord Dalhousie's doctrine of lapse. Then the methods of the expansion with war. Then administration of the empire we discuss. Means very firstly we discuss about the Regulating Act of 1773. Then Pitt's India Act 1784. Means the Board of Control was established as per this Pitt's India Act. Then we discuss about the Chartered Act of 1813 and Chartered Act of 1833 we discuss. Then we discuss about military administration system of the Britishers and the civil administration. They also introduced one field like police, means Lord Cornwallis took measures to create a police force in India very firstly. Then we discuss about the judicial administration, means the rule of law. The Law Commission was set up under the Thomas Macaulay, which framed the laws. It means that the Indian Penal Code was introduced in 1860 very firstly, and the Criminal Procedure Code introduced in 1862, means the rule of law. After that, the Britishers gradually created a centralized administration structure for their territories in India. The structure became deeply embedded in the Indian society over the 2 centuries of the British rule. Means many aspects of this structure can be seen in our country even now. We can also say that the British administration was based on army. British administration was based on a civil service as well as police and the judiciary. This is the glossary, or we can say that this is the summary of the second chapter of history, the expansion of British power in India. We will continue the first chapter of civics in the next session, the Indian Constitution and the need for law. Up to there, stay at home and take care. Bye.